So I need to get a new laptop. Hey everyone, it's me. I know it's been a while since I've last made a video where I'm actually here in person and I'm not just making another mashup project, which again, I'm very proud of, by the way. This is a bit of like a really quick update on how things have been going with me, stuff that's going on like my personal life. I'm not gonna get too personal about it though. Let's start off with the basics. Let's just get like the basic stuff out of the way. Number one, remember how I made that community post saying I was gonna get back into making like normal videos and stuff like that? That was kind of a lie because I'm starting to have a problem with this thing. That's my laptop, okay? I've had this laptop since 2020, okay? I first started making videos on this thing back when we were in the peak of like COVID and like the pandemic and all that stuff, okay? This thing is what kept me sane. Otherwise, I would have lost my shit by then. I've started to run into a little bit of like an issue, a problem with it, okay? A couple of things actually. Number one, so this is an HP Chromebook, okay? So I can use this thing for maybe like 30 minutes or so and it'll already start to get super warm on like the top and on the bottom. That's number one. Number two is the camera. Now, I'm not saying like the camera stopped working or anything. What happens, and I think you might have seen this happen in a few of my videos in the past, whenever I try and adjust the camera, the whole camera just stops and it just stops working. Now, usually I can fix it by just like reloading it, like reloading like the page that I'm using or something like that, or just rebooting my camera app on this thing. Now it's not doing that, okay? You see how it's like, okay, you can see how it's recording, right? Watch what happens when I try to like move it down. It's frozen. The only way to fix that problem is by restarting the whole Chromebook, which I don't feel like doing that every single time something like that happens. So if I'm recording a video and I happen to accidentally slam my desk too hard and the camera stops, I gotta put everything on pause and it's a whole process. Another thing, and this one is probably the most concerning thing, the battery swelling. Watch what happens when I close it. You see how it's not closing all the way? Like it's a little like slightly open ajar. That's not supposed to happen. The reason why it's doing that is because the battery in this thing is starting to swell like a fucking balloon. And I looked it up. You're not supposed to be using this thing a lot if that's the case. Because what can end up happening is this thing can fucking combust and then explode. Long story short, I need to get a new laptop. I'm contacting my uncle about this because he's the guy that got me this laptop to begin with. So he'll probably get me a new one that's not gonna do any of this. Now, of course, with this being the only tool that I have for making those kind of videos where I'm like playing a game or making a reaction video, I can't really do that anymore. I mean, I could use like my phone as like a webcam, but like I don't know, it's too much work. So instead, are you done? So instead, I'm gonna be focusing on more like vlog related stuff. Kind of like this, for example. This is a perfect example of the kind of stuff that I want to start doing more often. And as we know, my birthday is coming up. So this weekend, I'm gonna be doing a vlog with my cousins and I'm just gonna do all that kind of stuff. It's gonna be freaking sick. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then right after that, I'm going on a vacation. I'm going to Puerto Rico, okay? Listen, I'm Puerto Rican, partially. I'm like half Puerto Rican. Let's just get that fact out of the way, okay? However, I am what they call a no sabo kid because I am Hispanic, yet I do not know how to speak Spanish. I'm a walking lie. Please help me, Duolingo, okay? Look, at this point, I might as well just start doing like Duolingo or something, and maybe you can give me a few Spanish lessons. I won't miss them, hopefully. If I start doing Duolingo and I miss a Spanish lesson and you guys don't hear from me at all, you know exactly what happens. Thank you all so much for the support, by the way, on these mashup projects that I've been releasing. I've released 2 already. Y'all seem to love it, and I'm happy for that. The whole thing with making mashups, I was just inspired by like all these like awesome like creators that know how to do this kind of stuff like it's the back of their hand. And I taught myself how to use Reaper like overnight with a couple of like YouTube tutorials, and now here I am releasing full-on mashup albums. I'm not becoming a mashup channel. It's just that like it's just like something that I was very passionate of making. It was like a really cool idea, and now like it's a reality. College, honestly, kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. I finished my first semester. I only failed 1 class. It was algebra. Fuck algebra. It sucked, dude. Dude, algebra sucked so much ass. Oh my god. The only classes that I was fine with was like college success and like English, and then like English lab. Those were fine. It's just algebra that I like had problems with, and then English I was struggling with because I didn't know how to like write essays properly. I had to do like some like makeup like boot camp thing or whatever for like 2 weeks, but I managed to like get those turned in. I got the essays fixed, and I passed the class. As for the other 2 classes besides algebra, I passed those. Algebra was a shit show. So I'm gonna have to take that again, but it's fine. Listen, I was taking one of those. It was a 12-week course. Okay, I was fine for like the first 2 to 3 weeks, and then they started introducing like the letters, and then they put like letters on like fractions, and then they started adding in like binomial bullshit. Basically just stuff that looked like this, and this. What the fuck am I looking at? No one's gonna be using this shit, okay? This is like the equivalent of taking Latin. It's a dead language. No one speaks that shit. And no one is using algebra like this unless if you're like taking like a major that heavily relies on this stuff, which let's be honest, not a lot of people are doing that. Okay. And besides that, I also managed to make like a bunch of friends, which let's be honest, I wasn't expecting to make friends with all these people. I'm gonna show a few photos here while I talk for a bit. They're just like a bunch of like really cool people. I kind of like stumbled upon them and started just making small talk, and then eventually it led into just like this huge like group of friends, which I still keep in contact with, by the way. We do have like a group chat where we still keep in contact and stuff. We plan on going bowling maybe at some point in like June. One thing that we also like to do a lot is play Uno. We like to play Uno a lot. We like to play it so much, in fact, that I think I have like 4 versions of the game. I have 4 versions of this game, okay? First off, we got the original. This is just the good old classic one. It's like the big one and like the big metal case. Then you have Minecraft Uno. It's the same thing, but there's like a special like creeper card. Like you take 3 extra cards if like you get it. Then there's Uno Splash. This is like the same thing as regular Uno, but the cards are like made out of plastic and it's waterproof. And then of course the most brutal one, Uno No Mercy, okay? This shit is... It's addicting, but it's also like a pain. Oh my god. My college friend group, they will not stop making fun of me because I got out one game because listen, there's a rule with this game. If you get 25 or more cards in your hand, you're out of the game. You're knocked out like that. That's it. And I lost in the worst way possible, okay? They kept stacking all of these plus 10s, by the way. Yes, that you're seeing that right. That is a plus 10. You take 10. You can stack those, by the way, okay? Yes, we play with stacking. We don't listen to that, like, oh, you can't put a +2 and a +2 shit from Twitter. Okay, Uno, you don't know how to play your own game. Shut the fuck. I ended up losing a game because they stacked 4 of these on me, plus 40 basically, because it was 4 of these plus 10 cards. If my friends are watching this video, by the way, still, fuck you guys, by the way. That was such bullshit. I'm getting sidetracked with fucking Uno. So that's pretty much everything that's going on with me. Once I get like my whole laptop situation figured out, I'll have some time to like reflect and come back to making videos once we get my whole laptop situation figured out. And that's pretty much it. Alright, I'm gonna go take a shower now because it's hot as balls out here. Okay, bye.